Good morning, everyone. Can you believe? Welcome to Timeout Tuesday, and can you believe we're approaching the end of March? Wow. Sometimes I think the months seem to fly. Um, Apologies for my hair. It's gone all sort of curly. I went out for a walk, and I think the humidity outside made it just spring alive this morning. So today I'm going to show you a stump set that I have not used yet. And one that I've had for a while. So I'm going to show you beautiful butterflies. And if you look down here, you can see that it's got a large butterfly and two small ones. These patterns for wings, I believe. Yep, I'm okay. Yep. I can hear whispering in the background. So there's this one and there's dies with it. Now, the interesting thing, and I didn't bring in the embossing folder, which I meant to bring in, because I wanted to show you something really interesting. Maybe my hubby can get it. I think it's on the windowsill. Beautiful butterflies, it's called. You see these two? They fit inside each other, so you can cut them out and you end up with a outside strip as well, or you can use that on its own, or that on its own, which I've done. And this is the embossing folder. And just to show you that you can emboss, pop this in here, get it in, and put your paper in and cut that at the same time. So that's what it's called, a hybrid embossing folder. The other cool thing that I want to show you next week is this star here. You can do this to make the front of the card look like a butterfly, because this all gets cut out, so you end up with butterfly shapes. So I'm going to play with that. As I say, I just started playing with it, but life has been very, very busy. So that's the embossing folder. It's called a hybrid embossing folder, and it comes actually with this and this as a bundle. So as well as that, I'm using Wonderful Thoughts, this one here. This has been around for a while, and it's got these little cutouts. So when you stamp it, you can find the right cutout, and that's quite tricky too. Some of them are easy. Congratulations is easy to pick out, and you put it around where you've tagged the stamp or stamped the stamp, and then you can cut out the exact shape, or you can cut out freehand if you wanted to too. And the other one I'm using today is Elements of Text. I love this. I love text. It adds sort of a character to the cards. So today I'm going to do a little bit of pacing from Facebook, partly because life has been incredibly busy. And the first card I'm going to do today is this one. Get it out. Now, I saw this in Facebook and it was put up by Bonnie Class. And this is the card, and I've changed it a little bit. She had just done some stamping, a different stamp set, but done this sort of style. So I changed mine up. Also used the circles. These are I don't think they're available yet. No, but even if they aren't, there's something I want to keep in my any shapes I want to keep in my stash so that I can use. So the butterfly, you can see, it is actually free. So what I've done is, let me get the card together now. I've got my white base. I've got a piece of white, basic white, and I've embossed the elements of text, this one here, onto it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is stick that onto my base. I've got a little friend outside the door this morning again. There were 4 of them earlier, but he or she has come back in their own. They do like to come and visit me. Okay, now I cut out a little circle using 2 of the circles, so it's just a ring. And I'm going to put that on next. Okay, so let's put that there. I'm going to turn it over, and I've got my, because this is very, very narrow, I've got my little tube of glue, which is the multi-purpose glue, and I'll put it in this because it's easier to control it coming out. You don't get big blobs as such. So you can just put a little bit all the way around, like so. And I'll just close that because I don't want to get blips in the top. I'm not doing a very good job here. Trying to put it on the wrong way. Great little thing. Just find it in the dollar shop. Okay, now let me get my pick to help me pick this up. Turn it over, and I'm just going to stick it straight on the card like so. Just like that. There we go. It wants to stick to me instead. There. Now, I've got my butterfly. The butterfly that I've cut out is out of beautiful blooms. And one side is this colour, the other side is this colour. And I used a tiny little gold body in the middle, which you can die cut out. And I'm just going to stick him on the top. Now, I've got my, I thought I brought them in. Yes, I did. They were just over the other side of the table. Where I'll find where the beginning of them is. They're almost finished, these ones, so they're kind of being set that up there so I can get them. Normally I have a piece of ribbon on this, but not today. Let's get a dot. I'm going to put it on the back here. Get another one. Put it here. And I might get one more. I want it to be fairly secure. So I can roll it up a little bit so that it's just a blob of glue. And then I'm just going to stick it on like this. Now, she had used some leaves in hers as well, but I just did that. And then I've got my sentiment, which is Happy Birthday, which is out of the set, and the die is out of the set as well. And I'm going to put this on the bottom. So I've got my dimensionals here. Get them out. I should tell you a story. Yesterday I was wanting to get ready for today, and I've been preparing my shoebox for our retreat in about just under 3 weeks, and I've had everything cut up, and like there were hundreds of pieces of paper. I had them all sorted out on the weekend and ready to fold and put into the bags. And I went to move them yesterday, and I dropped the whole lot on the floor. So today, guess what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be building a puzzle of putting the right bit with the right card. It's a bit frustrating, but hey, you know, these things happen. That's my card. Just as simple as that. That's the first card today. Okay. Second card today is this one. I like this one. This one is, I think it was Wanda Pet John or Wanda Petty John had put a similar one to this up, but I've changed it again because she had done an older version. So she had the deckled edged rectangles, but I've got the stitched edged rectangles again. So what I've done, I just got that there, and I've got my dimensionals there. So what I've done, let me show you the finished card. This is what I've done. It's very, very simple. I've added some ribbon and a couple of different butterflies. She did it with sketched butterflies, I think it was called. Whereas I've done this one with the beautiful, what's it called? Beautiful butterflies, using the 2 small ones. And the nice thing about this is that it actually has 2 of these you can cut out at the one time. So let's put this one together. Okay, so the first thing I did was I die cut a rectangle. This is the Thoughtful Journey paper, which is actually returning, which is great. And I'm going to use that as a highlight in it because I've got lots of bits and pieces. So what I will do is put some tape. I believe I've just done the wrong side. No, I've done the right side. Okay. Sometimes you think you've done the wrong side. So I'm going to put this on and turn it over. So it's on like that. Okay. So you can see it's still enclosed in the back of the card. And then I'm going to put some tape all around. But before I put it on, I've got a piece of this Fresh Freesia crinkled ribbon, and I'm going to put it on the bottom. So if you don't have the color you want, you can get white ribbon and you can just color it with a pen. Okay, so I'm going to stick it on the bottom like that. And it's easy to stick it on before you put it on the card. I didn't bring my scissors in, but that's okay. We can hide that bit behind it. I didn't bring my scissors in, but I didn't. So there you go. So I can put that on next on the card. There we go. First bit of it done. Now, I have my 2 butterflies, and they're going to go on. And I've also stamped out of Wonderful Thoughts, Thinking of You. And this is what I mean about being able to cut around it. But I want to be able to put some of the, this is pink, petunia pink, or whatever it's called. But I will need my scissors. Oh, no, I've got them here. They're hiding. So, yeah. So what I've done is I've just put a tiny glue dot in the back to hold it on this, and I'm going to trim around this so I have a petunia pop. That's it. Rains just a little bit. I've been teaching this morning, or trying to teach this morning. Not easy when your student doesn't practice, but anyway, that's another story. You know what teenagers are like? They've so much on in their lives these days that sometimes things fall off the radar. So I'm cutting around. You can see I'm leaving just a little border of the petunia pop. Oh no, it's Fresh Freesia in this one. That's right, I've forgotten. Fresh Freesia I use for this one. Just so that you don't think I've totally lost my mind. And then I'm going to take it off for a second, carefully, so I don't tear it, because that dot is quite sticky. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue in the back here. Let's get that. And that. So I'm going to put that back on here. Go. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals on it. So it sits up. And we shall get 3. And here we go. I'm going to put that just there. Okay, now to do my butterflies. Just cut them out in plain white, the basic white. And I'm going to get my Wink of Stella, and all I'm going to do is color them in so that they become sparkly. Now you might not be able to see that they do sparkle, but perhaps if I don't know if it shows up or not. Probably not, but anyway, I can assure you that it's gone all sparkly. So let's turn it around and do this end of the wing. So this gives it sort of like a sparkly, yeah. And it actually is quite attractive on this. So let me get my glue dots now. And I'm going to put 2 on each butterfly. So here we go, 1 up there on that bit. Off my finger. Turn this one over as well. And that's what the problem is. There's a little bit of glue on my one there, on my paper that my finger was sticking to. Somehow I got onto my one up there. And one more, which I'm going to roll up and put it down below. So there we go. So these are going to go. I'm going to put one there. I'm going to put one down here. Okay. So you can probably see that's what it is. Now I've got some tinsel gems, 3-pack of tinsel gems. And in this, the colours are Misty Moonlight, Fresh Freeze, and Lost Lagoon. Good idea sometimes to keep these old embellishments, because sometimes, you know, when you go to look for them they're not available anymore. But this one here, this is our Lost Lagoon, Fresh Freesia, and what's the other one? Misty Moonlight, Fresh Freesia, and Lost Lagoon. So I'm going to use the Fresh Freesia ones on this. So I'm going to put one up here. Put another one. Put a smaller one in the middle somewhere. And another big one. Yeah, and my aim is to try and use these things up. So it just adds a little bit of sparkle to the card. So let's set that over there, because I'm going to use those again. So this is card number 2. Which I love this card, actually. It's very simple. No, the last card, I'm not sure if I love this or not. This is by Charlet Mallet, I think is her name. I think she's French, because it's CHARLET MALLET. And this is the card, and I've changed it quite a bit. She used bubble bath all the way through. So what I've done is I've layered the large butterfly, and I've used the what do you call this? The sparkle. No, this is not Wink of Stella. This is the glitter paper from the last year's In Colors. So this is the Pretty in Pink, and I've used bubble bath as well. So you can see that I've used 3 colors. I really had a dilemma because I didn't know what to do here. I tried lots of different colors. In the end, I ended up doing the same color. So this is Pretty in Pink and bubble bath, and I've used a little bit of memento black and some white twine on it. So when you emboss I'll just pull this all out. When you emboss the card, this is what it looks like. Okay, you can just see. So that's without cutting it out. I could have cut this out, but I didn't. But it's got lots of little dots all around it. And what I've done with the dots is I've started to color them in. I'm going to do that, finish that off first. So there's tiny little dots all around the butterfly. And I'm using my dark bubble bath because I've tried different colors. And this one, it's funny how when you use different pinks together, sometimes they really don't look right. So this is what I'm doing. Fresh Freesia didn't look right on it. Neither did, Petal Pink looked terrible on it. I'm just putting a tiny little dot of ink with my blender pen on each of the dots. And then I got my Wink of Stella and I popped over the top like that, just to give them Now you won't be able to see this on camera, but just to give them a little bit of sparkle so that it just livened up the background a little bit. And you can see this is why I did some of them beforehand, because I didn't think you'd want to watch me doing this to dots all the way through. Okay, so that's done. Okay, now I've cut out a piece of vellum with the outside shape. I'm going to put that on first, and I'm actually going to use some glue to stick that on. So I'm just going to put it down the middle like so, and I'm going to stick it right on top of the butterfly. Okay, so it's really shadowing the butterfly. See what I've done? Then I've got my pretty in pink glitter paper, and I'm hoping that somewhere here on the table is my body. So in the butterfly stamp dies, there is a small one, which I used on this one, or there is a big one. You see, I could have used that on that, which would have been quite good, but it wasn't the look I was getting. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to put glue dots on this cell, because it just easier on where its head is. And I've got a dimension on my finger. There we go, another one, almost there. One more. Okay. And I'm going to pop that on top of the butterfly. It's a beautiful butterfly, actually. I want to pop it like that. Okay. So you can see what I've done. Then I'm going to stick it on top of the vellum. So it will stick there. Okay. Now, if I'm not happy that it's going to hold, I can put another glue dot underneath there. I'll grab another one and just pull it up, lift the tail up, and pop it under it. Now, that leaves these wings and the wings below to flutter. See? Okay, so the next thing I did was I got the small cutout, the small die, and stamped hello, and I covered it with Wink of Stella, and I'm just going to put that down the bottom. So I've got a piece of white twine here. I'm going to turn this over because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the white twine. Rather than lay it down on the card, I'm going to put it on the back of this. And I'm going to show you something when I've finished this as well. You probably can't see it, the difference, but do you know that there is a difference in these two cards? Let's put that there, like so. And I might make this one like a clover type thing. I can get it. It wants to twist. I don't want it to twist. This happens to me with embroidery ribbon as well, or embroidery thread rather. Okay, now I'm going to put dimensionals on this, on the back. My cutting machine, the plate is starting to get worn a bit, so it leaves a pattern, sort of a little bit of a rough pattern, but actually quite a pretty pattern on the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick this on like that. Okay. Now I'm going to turn it over. I've got a junior pop back, and I have stamped one of the butterflies on it. So I'm going to put that in the inside. This is my insert. Oops. Get it centered. Up a little bit. That's better. There we go. And I'm going to put this on the front. Okay, so let's get some runner tape on the back and just stick it to my card. And you can see that this is a side opening card. And I actually love the Petunia Pop with this because I thought that it really picked up in the colours. Don't know. So I've actually used Petunia Pop, Bubble Bath, and Pretty in Pink for the butterfly. So I'm going to move his wings outside the hello if I can get. It's got caught on his wing, and I don't want that to happen. Let's fix that up. I want to try and put it underneath it like that. Could even set it over a tiny little bit, maybe about there. Okay, so this is my card. You probably can't see a difference, but this one, I'd stamped it in pink, in the Pretty in Pink or in Bubble Bath. This is Bubble Bath. I think I stamped it in Petunia Pop and I didn't like it, so I wanted to make it black. So I didn't want to cut another one, so I just turned it over, and right around the edge, this is like a raised pattern, which is really quite cute actually. Whereas this one here is very smooth across, right around it. Now, I could add, if I wanted to, a couple of these to it. I might put one there, just on the hello. You can't really see it, but can you see it now? Yep, on that one. Could even add a Lost Lagoon one to that one. I don't think I want to add anything to that one. So those are my 3 cards today. Let's make some room. This one, and this one, and this one. Okay. I didn't intend to do pinks and purples today. It wasn't my intention, but you know, these things happen. So I just wanted to show you that you can use ideas from older stamps. So Sketch Butterflies has been around for a while, and you can use those ideas to put on a different butterfly on the front. The Sketch Butterflies are not quite as long this wing. They're more rounded. But I actually like these, so I hope you do like them too. And I hope that you can join me next time. And I think next time I'm going to have to pre-record because we've got something on Tuesday morning, which sometimes happens. But it will still go live at 10 a.m. on the Tuesday. So I would love you to comment on these and just let me know what you think. And I will be writing a blog about it. So you can go on to craft.jaeger.net.au. I'm glad I've got my hubby here because he keeps me right. Craft.jaeger.net.au, and it's on the screen as well. And I will be putting a blog up later on today. So these are my cards for today. I hope you like them, and I will see you next time. Bye.